The universe doesn't make mistakes, and right now, the entire cosmic order is reorganizing itself around what's about to happen to you. The biggest karmic switch just flipped, and not just your family, the whole damn world is about to witness. What happens when divine justice comes collecting? You feel that trembling in the ground. That's the system, both systems, spiritual and legal, moving like tectonic plates beneath your feet. Someone thought they were slick. Someone thought they had buried your birthright so deep that even God couldn't find it right now, as you read. These words, a storm of revelations is gathering strength. The truth about what was stolen from you is accelerating toward the light like a police chase at midnight. Sirens blaring, helicopters circling, no place to hide. You've been patient, too patient, watching from the shadows while they paraded around with your legacy, your inheritance, your property, the things that had your name written all over them from the beginning of time. But patience isn't weakness. It was just the universe setting the perfect trap, because judgment has been called, the gavel has dropped, the verdict is in, and there is no appeal process for cosmic justice. The planets have aligned into a celestial firing squad, and their target? Every single person who conspired to keep you from your destiny. Mercury retrograde ain't got nothing on what's coming. For them now, their stars aren't just misaligned, they're collapsing. Some people learn their lessons the easy way. Your toxic connections. They're about to learn them with the whole world watching. The universe doesn't just teach, it makes examples. And right now the cosmic teacher has selected your situation as today's lesson for humanity on what happens when you mess with destiny's chosen. Before you were even born, the stars aligned to place certain blessings in your path, certain opportunities, certain wealth that was designated specifically for you. The universe had already signed your name on resources that would sustain not just you, but generations to come. But someone saw what was meant for you and decided. It looked better in their hands. They forged signatures, literal or metaphorical, to redirect your flow. They built dams to stop your river of abundance. They created paperwork, lies, manipulations, and an entire architecture of deception to keep what was rightfully yours. Did they really think it would work forever? The forces at play tried their hardest. They delayed, they blocked, they rewrote reality in their own image. They convinced others to stand with them in this robbery. They even convinced you at times that maybe you were crazy for believing something was meant for you. But the original decree stands. You were chosen for this prosperity. What was stolen is now being returned with interest. The universe doesn't just give back what was taken, it multiplies it, compounds it, amplifies it to send a message. Karma isn't just a balancing force. It's a repo team now, coming to collect what was always yours and adding punitive damages for the time you spent without. The same people who have been living off your resources are now begging for loopholes. They're calling attorneys at 3 a.m. They're trying to move assets in the dead of night. They're burning documents in backyard fire pits. But it's too late. The seizure order has already been signed by forces they can't bribe, manipulate, or escape. The Cosmic Bank just called in all their loans at once. The spiritual auditors just flagged every transaction. The universal tax collectors just determined they've been evading their karmic payments for far too long. And the penalties? Astronomical. Every dollar they spent that should have been yours is being tallied. Every opportunity they stole is being calculated. Every door they closed in your face is being kicked down by universal forces. The ledger doesn't just show what they took. It shows what that taking cost you over time. And that bill comes due now. Don't think for a second this wasn't calculated. While you were sleeping, they were plotting. While you were trusting, they were scheming. While you were building, they were undermining. This wasn't an accident or a misunderstanding. This was a coordinated campaign to keep you from your destiny. They thought they were masterminds. They exchanged knowing glances at family gatherings while feeding you lies. They held midnight meetings about how to keep you in the dark. They created backup plans for their backup plans. They thought they were too slick to ever get caught. But what happens to schemes built on shifting sand? They collapse. What happens to lies when truth gets a megaphone? They disintegrate. What was hidden is now center stage. The plot points they carefully constructed are being exposed one by one, each revelation more damaging than the last. The whispers in dark rooms are about to become screams in the public square. And it won't just be loss they face, though financial ruin is certainly coming for them. It won't just be exposure, though their darkest secrets are about to become headline news. It's the public disgrace that will break them. The pointed fingers, the shocked expressions, the text messages asking, "Did you see what they did?" The collective realization that these people are not who they pretended to be. Their long game just ran out of time. Their carefully built house of cards is about to meet a hurricane. The same family members who smiled in your face while holding knives behind their backs. Their masks are about to fall off in the most public way possible. The same relatives who mocked your dreams while stealing your reality. They're about to become the joke. Every holiday gathering where they sat at the head of the table while you were relegated to the kids section despite your birthright, flashing through their minds as they realize it's the last time they'll ever be seen as the family royalty. Every blessing they claimed as luck or favor when it was actually stolen from your cosmic account, being ripped from their grasp. Their entire identity was built on this facade. Who are they without your resources propping them up? Without your blessing making them look chosen? Without your inheritance creating the illusion they were worthy? They're about to find out, and the answer is nothing. When cornered animals know the end is near, they make desperate moves. Your toxic connections just made theirs, and the universe is laughing. Warning. The following message is only for those who felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened, "You'll never awaken a single soul." But something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability, coherence through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the obsidian inner order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, light workers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth: you were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels and live streams, reaching the entire astral atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. Maybe it was an offer designed to buy your silence. Maybe it was another elaborate lie to cover previous deceptions. Maybe it was a bribe to someone who could have helped you. Maybe it was a trap they thought would destroy your credibility once and for all. Whatever it was, it backfired instantly. The person they tried to manipulate saw right through it. The document they forged had obvious flaws. The story they constructed had holes big enough to drive a cosmic bulldozer through. Their final move wasn't just unsuccessful, it was pathetic. And that person they thought was firmly in their corner, the one they trusted with their secrets, that person laughed in their face, stood up, walked out, and is now holding a file of evidence with your name on it. That was their last chance, the final opportunity the universe granted them to come clean, to make amends, to try to avoid what's coming. The door that could have led to a softer landing just slammed shut forever. There are no more chances, no more delays, no more escape routes. The desperation in their eyes tells the whole story. They know it's over. They feel the walls closing in. Their hands shake when they pick up the phone now. Their voices crack when they try to maintain the lie. Sleep eludes them as they stare at the ceiling, wondering which day will be the day. It all comes crashing down. They tried to throw money at the problem, but the universe doesn't accept their currency anymore. They tried to threaten the wrong person, but fear has switched sides now. They tried to create one more elaborate deception, but their creative well has run dry. All that's left is the hollow shell of their scheme with nothing to prop it up. The universe gave them chance after chance to make this right. Warning signs, near misses, close calls that should have been wake-up calls. But they ignored every cosmic traffic signal, ran every spiritual red light, sped through every divine stop sign. Now the chase is over, and they've crashed spectacularly into the wall of consequences. This isn't just about family drama. The web extends farther than you know. Officials with fancy titles, professionals with impressive credentials, people in positions of power who should have known better. All of them got tangled in this mess. Some joined willingly, seeing an opportunity to profit from your loss. Others were manipulated, fed half-truths that made them unwitting accomplices. They signed papers without reading the fine print. They approved transfers without questioning the source. They looked the other way when documents crossed their desk. That should have raised red flags. But here's where the tide turns. One of them switched sides. Someone who played along at first is now feeling the full weight of what they've participated in. Maybe it's guilt keeping them awake at night. Maybe it's fear of being caught when everything crumbles. Maybe it's genuine regret for the role they played in keeping you from what was yours. Regardless of motivation, they're coming forward with evidence, emails, recordings, meeting notes, documentation that proves beyond any shadow of doubt what was done to you and who was responsible. And once that first domino falls, the rest won't stop tumbling. The big names thought their involvement would stay hidden behind closed doors and confidentiality agreements. Instead, they're about to become central figures in a public spectacle of justice. Their reputations, built over decades, will crumble in days. That lawyer who helped draft the fraudulent documents, facing disbarment. That accountant who cooked the books. License revocation proceedings have already begun. That judge who ruled unfairly because of backroom deals. Ethics investigation underway. The professional networks that once protected these people are now scrambling to distance themselves. Partnerships dissolving overnight. Board positions suddenly resigning for personal reasons. Professional associations conducting emergency meetings about membership revocation. This insider who flipped isn't just sharing documents, they're naming names, dates, times, places, exactly who said what and when, the precise moment your inheritance was redirected, the exact conversation where your legacy was parceled out to others, the specific meeting where they all agreed to maintain the lie, thinking their collective power would shield them forever. This isn't just about one person. This is about a bloodline of deception that's finally reaching its end. Generation after generation, they've built their fortune and reputation on taking what wasn't theirs. Your situation isn't the first time. It's just the case that's finally going to break the pattern. The family that thought they were untouchable is about to learn that karma doesn't recognize last names, only actions. Their history of manipulation was masterful. The backroom deals, the strategic marriages, the timely deaths with convenient beneficiaries, the children trained from birth to continue the tradition of deception, the family meetings where they decided whose inheritance to target next. All of it, every last detail, is about to become world news. The family that appears in charity gala photos is about to be exposed for keeping funds that were meant for those in need. The patriarch who gives speeches about integrity is about to have his decades of lies catalogued for public consumption. The matriarch who pretends to hold the moral high ground is about to have her orchestration of family betrayals revealed in excruciating detail. People who thought they were untouchable are now ducking and dodging, deleting social media accounts, cancelling public appearances, hiring crisis management teams that are already telling them the situation is beyond repair. This isn't just an exposure, it's an extinction event for a toxic legacy. The family name that once opened doors will now cause them to slam shut. The reputation they guarded so carefully will be unsalvageable. The wealth they accumulated through generations of deception will evaporate faster than morning dew under a blazing sun. Cousins who weren't directly involved but benefited from the system are frantically checking their own legal exposure. Distant relatives are rushing to release statements claiming they had no idea and are shocked and appalled. Family friends are deleting photos, removing tags, scrubbing any evidence of association. The family reunions that were once showcases of their dynasty's power will never happen again. The holiday gatherings where they redistributed stolen blessings while pretending they earned them? Over. The birthday celebrations where they gave gifts purchased with your resources? Finished. Their children, raised in luxury built on stolen foundations, now face a future where the family name is a liability, not an asset. Their legacy isn't wealth and influence, it's public disgrace and universal distrust. The most guilty among them already knows what's coming. They've started making moves, transferring funds to offshore accounts, researching countries without extradition treaties, preparing fake passports, booking one-way flights, making cryptic excuses about sudden health retreats or extended business opportunities abroad. Let them run. It's already too late. There's nowhere on this planet where cosmic justice can't find them. No island remote enough. No compound secure enough. No identity fake enough to hide who they truly are and what they've done. Every escape route they've planned has already been cut off by forces they can't see. The private plane they think will carry them to safety will have mechanical issues before takeoff. The border they plan to cross will suddenly increase security the day of their attempt. The contact they're counting on to hide them will mysteriously be unavailable when they arrive. Divine timing is exquisite in its precision. The trap won't spring until the last possible second, just when they think they've made it to safety. The door will slam at the perfect moment when escape seemed almost certain. The handcuffs will click when they're in the most public place possible, ensuring maximum witnesses to their downfall. They're about to get caught in the act, and the universe is ensuring an audience for the spectacle. The moment of capture has already been written in the stars. The exact second they realize there's no escape has already been determined by forces beyond their comprehension. The precise instant when hope leaves their eyes has been scheduled in the cosmic calendar. Their phones are already compromised, their emails already accessed, their location already tracked, their allies already flipped, their hiding places already discovered, their emergency cash already flagged, their fake identities already exposed. Every time they think they've found a path out, it will disappear before their eyes. Every plan B will fail more spectacularly than plan A. Every contact they reach out to will either refuse to help or will secretly be working with those bringing them to justice. They'll make it to the airport only to find their name on a no-fly list. They'll reach the border only to have their vehicle randomly selected for search. They'll arrange for a boat only to have unexpected weather make departure impossible. They'll try to access emergency funds only to find accounts frozen. The universe loves irony. They'll be caught in the act of running by the very people they least expect, in the very place they thought was safest, in the very moment they began to breathe a sigh of relief. While they're facing public ruin, you're about to receive what was always meant for you. A message is on its way to you right now. Maybe it's a legal document with official seals. Maybe it's a visit from someone in authority with news that will change everything. Maybe it's a call from a number you don't recognize, delivering information that confirms what your intuition has been telling you all along. This announcement won't just acknowledge the wrong that was done, it will set in motion the transfer of everything that should have been yours from the beginning. But the universe doesn't deal in simple returns. Your elevation isn't just secure, it's amplified. You're not just getting back what was stolen, you're getting more, the exact amount more. Precisely what you would have generated had these resources been in your hands all along. The universe's calculation of compound interest is flawless. Meanwhile, the downfall will be loud. News cycles, social media storms, community whispers that grow to shouts. The contrast between your rise and their fall will be impossible to ignore, a cosmic lesson playing out for all to witness. Some people will reach out to you, claiming they always knew something wasn't right. Others will try to position themselves as having been on your side all along. Still others will attempt to negotiate some private arrangement to avoid being caught in the blast radius of what's coming. Watch them scramble. But remember, your focus should remain on the blessing, not the spectacle of their demise. The resources returning to you come with cosmic upgrades. The property has appreciated, the investments have matured, the opportunities have expanded. The networks have strengthened. What would have been valuable then is priceless now. Doors that would have merely been open to you before are now being kicked down by others to make sure you enter. People who would have simply worked with you in the past are now fighting to be associated with your rising star. Opportunities that would have been good then are extraordinary now. This restoration comes with divine timing attached. The universe held back until exactly the right moment, when you were prepared to receive it, when the lesson would be clearest to all observers, when the contrast between what they lose and what you gain would be most dramatic. And make no mistake, what they thought they were building with your resources pales in comparison to what you will create. The wealth they merely maintained, you will multiply. The influence they desperately clung to, you will expand exponentially. The legacy they tried to fake, you will establish authentically. The waiting ends now. The truth isn't just known, it's official, documented, recorded, witnessed. No more delays, no more lies, no more gaslighting about what you know in your soul to be true. The system that seemed rigged against you for so long is now working in your favor. The same mechanisms they used to keep you from your birthright are now the very tools securing it for generations to come. Your enemies are scrambling, but it's too late for them to change course. The momentum is too great. The evidence is damning. The cosmic decree is too final. They made their choices, and now they face the consequences with no shield between them and justice. You're about to be on top, not through manipulation or deception, the tools they chose, but through the simple, unstoppable power of truth finally coming to light. The scales that were tipped against you for so long have not just balanced, they've swung dramatically in your favor. The universe doesn't just correct, it overcompensates. The justice you receive won't merely be fair, it will be extravagant. Every tear you shed in private, every night you spent questioning your own reality, every moment you doubted your worth because of their manipulation, every opportunity you watched slip through your fingers, every holiday you spend watching others enjoy what should have been yours, all of it factored into the universal calculation of what you're owed. And now, as you step into this new reality, remember this. You were always meant for this level. This isn't elevation, it's restoration to your natural state. The universe isn't giving you anything new, it's returning you to what was always supposed to be your baseline. The stage has been set, the actors are in position, the audience is seated, and the cosmic director has called action on the final act of this drama. World star indeed, because everyone is about to witness a show they'll never forget. Your toxic family's final performance, their unplanned debut as cautionary tales, their unexpected casting in the role of what happens when you mess with destiny. Fame is coming for them, but not the kind they wanted, and blessing is coming for you, exactly the kind you deserve.